As you welcome the new year, we invite you to celebrate with Palmetto State Armory, your go-to destination for all your firearm and outdoor needs. Whether you're a seasoned shooter or just starting out, we've got you covered from handguns and rifles, ammo and optics, and more. We offer a vast selection of top-quality products at unbeatable prices, and our knowledgeable staff are always ready to assist you in finding everything you need. Visit Palmetto State Armory today, either in-store or online, and let us help you make this new year one to remember. Happy New Year from all of us at Palmetto State Armory.
The future of R&B is here. The BPC presents October London and the Rebirth of Marvin Tour. Experience it live.
Take me back to your place.
Young new faces with that R&B swag. With special guests Jay Brown and the Shandellas. The Rebirth of Marvin Tour, Saturday, February 10th at QC Soundstage. Tickets available at ctickets.com. Brought to you by New Faces, Big Voices, and Club BPC.
Hey everyone, welcome to my Plus Size Grandma Reality Show podcast. It's me, Koko Bowden. Hi, y'all, I got a great topic for us. And I mean, this topic is so, I think it's something that we need to talk about. I'm going to be cooking meatloaf. I already got my meatloaf made. I'm going to give y'all my recipe. And we're going to be talking about living better during terrible times. So let me share this. Let me share this out. Y'all know I'm going to say that. Y'all share it out too. Y'all don't be sharing, do you? I know. It's okay. It's okay, but I just feel like today, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell y'all what I mean by when I'm talking about those terrible times. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, which I normally do. All right. So I got this meatloaf here. I want to tell y'all what I'm doing. Give me just a second. I got one more area to share out in, and then I am done. And now I can talk with you because I did it. Okay. So I'm making this meatloaf, and I usually use ketchup in my meatloaf, but I don't have any. So I had to improvise and use some Hunt's pasta sauce. Let me tell you my ingredients. I got my hamburger meat, ground hamburger meat. I got bell peppers, use how much as you want. I got chopped up onions, use however much you want. And I'm using, I got milk, where I pour the milk over 2 slices of bread to, moisten it up for the moisture in this. And I've already added it. And what else? I added an egg in there to help it rise along with the milk. And now I'm just blending it all together. I got some Lawry seasoning salt in here, and I've got onion powder, and I've got this seasoning salt called garlic pepper it's from Clover Valley. Dollar General is where I got it. Let me add just a little bit more of that in there. And I'm mixing it all together. So I've already got all those ingredients in here. I just got to mix well right now. After I mix well, my oven is already heating on 350. No, actually 375. Gonna put it into this pan. Let it do what it do. You hear me? Now, I've never used pasta sauce in my meatloaf, but this is gonna be a first for everything, because I usually use ketchup or either manwich, but I didn't have it, so this is what I got. Now you want to mix this until it all looks like it belongs together. Because hamburger meat, sometimes when you don't mix it well, it's going to actually cook up like the hamburger meat, and you can see the hamburger strains. I don't want no strains. No. I don't want no strains. Okay. So I want to keep mixing it until it becomes this consistency that it's all together. It looks like one big mass ball. What I'm going to do next is I've got an aluminum pan here that I cook in. Because y'all know, and if you don't know, I will tell you again, that I have issues. I don't have water like that here. So a majority of the year, I haven't had water. So I've had to use jug water, bottled water, paper plates. I don't even have a sink, okay? So I have to improvise everything that I do. Thank God for the mind to not get depressed and upset about issues like that. But yes, I am putting it all into this pan. I can still cook and stuff. I just don't have the cleaning sink that I would like to have. And I don't have the running water like I would like to have. Now, I know you all got questions about how do I make it. And, you know, how can I be, you know, how can a person live like this? I'm going to tell you. By the grace of God, you think about it. If you don't learn how to, okay, we're getting down into our chat. How do we living better going through bad times? Now, have I always been like this? I hadn't always been like that to my knowledge until I started paying attention to things, and I thought about it. I said, I've always had trouble in this area with water. I've always had issues with things just not going well. It just always seemed like it was something, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Y'all, I'm still mashing this meat in here. Couldn't quite put my finger on it until last year. I was like, wow. Somebody would actually do people like that. And so that's what happened. You know, we have mean people out here, and they chose me for their target practice. So what I'm going to do is kind of lightly push my fist down in the middle so that it can spread out and this can cook evenly in this pan. It looks so pretty and smells so good. Y'all should smell this. It smells so good. Now, jumping back to, as I'm cooking here, I'm jumping back and forth. Once I get this in the oven, we won't have to worry about that too much. Because all I'm putting with this is some canned green beans and some instant Idaho potatoes. Alright, so let's just go ahead and put the rest of this sauce all over this. And we're going to put it in the oven and let it bake. Now, I honestly think that this tomato sauce is going to make it good. I mean, this pasta sauce. I think it's going to make it good. Never done it before, but it's a first for everything. I'm spreading that all across the top. And now, I'm going to put it in the oven. If y'all would give me just a second so kindly. Then we're going to get to talking about this. Because I want to share my story with you. I haven't shared this part in a long time, so I want to share it with you. Alright, it's in. Okie dokie. So now I need to grab me some cups and get me a cup of water to drink. Okay, let's go. I had to get me a cup of water to drink now. Ain't no way I can pass up that Goodwill water taste. Okay, so let's get to what's going on with the water system and stuff, and why I'm still like this. Like, where's the help and all that stuff. Okay. Let me see here. I'm just getting set up, y'all, so y'all might can hear me a little better. Ooh. Okay. Give me a moment, y'all. Alright, so here we are. I got it set up now, finally. Okay, so I can talk to y'all good. I had to put this thing up. It's a whole. Okay, let's go. Anyways, I did not always start out living without any water, anything. I got without water at, I think it was like around, I want to say August or September of last year is when I became without water. What happened was one of my pipes busted and I wasn't able to get it repaired because I didn't have the money to get it repaired. Now I'm on well water. I'm not on city water. So therefore the state does not or the town does not come in my area to fix pipes and stuff. So it's up to me to fix everything myself because I am the owner of where I'm at. And so far I haven't been able to do it because I've had other things come up that I've had to do. And I had to do first things first. So I have this list of everything that needs to be done. And as I get it done, you know, I just thank God for His grace. I go for what's in need the most. And yes, I hear you saying in your mind, well, don't that girl need water? That water, seems like water would be the most important thing. It is important to me to have water because it works with my hygiene, all that stuff. And I can tell you, I can assure you that I am meeting all my hygiene goals. I am meeting my water intake goals most days. Most days I get what I need to drink and there's no problem. I'm able to cook and clean with bottled water, jug water that I may get jugs of water from somebody else, you know. So I'm able to do what I need to do. Now, is it stressful? Yes, there are days where I don't feel hopeless, but I feel like I don't want to burden others by saying, hey, I need water. Well, and then there's days when I'm just bold enough to say, well, let me at least ask and see what I can do. Well, for most of the time, I do buy a bunch of jug water and bottled water because of this situation. I don't know how much it would cost to get my pipes fixed right now. I just know I don't have the money to pay anybody to do it. And when you have been put on this community watch list, most of the people in the community, yeah, many of them will volunteer to do it, but they will also charge so much money until it's like, it's just impossible right now. Not impossible, it's just a whole lot, and I have to save up to get to that amount where I can get it done. And far as I know, there's a leak. And that leak was very bad. So bad this past summer, that I had to call the fire department out here to make sure nothing was going to blow up. Now, how do I cook and wash with no water? Let me tell you. As I said, there's jug water. I use aluminum pans to cook in. Something that's easy. You know, I can just throw that away. No problem. How do I keep my hands clean? I wash my hands like you wash your hands. I pour the water over it and listen, let me tell you something. This is how naive our society is. My bottled water versus you washing your hands in a restaurant bathroom. You know how much money how much water them automatic dispensers let out just for you to wash your hands? It's not much. That's why it's automatic. And so just picture yourself, if you got a bottle of water and you pour over your hands, you can use the whole bottle or you can just use in part to make it go longer. And so that's how I do. When I take a bath, that's how I do. I have a bucket or some like to call a wash tub that, you know, I use that because I don't want to get in the tub. I can't get in my tub right now. It's unsafe for me to get in right now. So it's under construction too. Well, one of them is, I do have a tub, y'all, that I can get in. It's a big tub, but that's just, I don't need to do that when I can do everything I need to do in my room. So what does this call for when I do a washing? What I do is I buy these underpad paddings. I get these underpaddings and I put, in the area where I'm going to wash at, and I bring the wash bucket and I do what I need to do to wash up. Now, do I miss showers? Heck yeah! I miss showers. Oh my goodness. The feel of it going on my body. I miss taking showers a lot. Y'all just don't know. Because I was that girl that, I was in that shower at least every day. I love taking showers. So, now with doing this like this and trying to preserve water, I try to save and preserve water any way I can.
As you welcome the new year, we invite you to celebrate with Palmetto State Armory, your go-to destination for all your firearm and outdoor needs. Whether you're a seasoned shooter or just starting out, we've got you covered from handguns and rifles, ammo and optics, and more. We offer a vast selection of top-quality products at unbeatable prices, and our knowledgeable staff are always ready to assist you in finding everything you need. Visit Palmetto State Armory today, either in-store or online, and let us help you make this new year one to remember. Happy New Year from all of us at Palmetto State Armory.
Find bottles of water that haven't been drunk. I try to, give them to my plants, or I may take them and wash something up with it, like maybe mop the floor with it. I wouldn't use that in no food because, I don't know what all of us have, So, of course, I wouldn't recycle it like that. But it's always something you could do with the little bits of water that is left around. Let's see, what else? Okay, so we got down how I cook and how I wash things. I use another bucket for plumbing, okay? Now, this is the thing. As far as using the bathroom goes, how I have to do is the same way you do for dogs. I can use the toilet, but I put a liner in the toilet, and that's how I do my mess. Or I would use something like, like they got them pails that you can use the bathroom in. They have them pails. Like at the hospitals and nursing homes and stuff, people who can't get up and go to the bathroom, or they have a potty. So I got me kind of a potty system set up, where if I got to do number 1, I use my potty system. If I got to do number 2, I would go to the bathroom and put the liner in, pull the liner out, dispose of the liner appropriately. So there are different ways that people like to do things. I mean, I'm from the country. Right here in this area where I live at, we used to have outhouses. We didn't even have indoor plumbing and stuff until the late 80s. So I know what that feels like, and thank God I got that experience, because if I had not got that experience, I would be so upset right now about water, and I mean, it would really stress me out. But it may stress you out to hear me say that, because we're in the year of 2024, when it seems like nobody should be having to live like we're back in the year of 1960 or 1950. Unfortunately, we still have people who hate like the 1950s and the 1960s. You know that? We have people who have been raised to hate others, who have been indoctrinated to hate others, and because of this, they do the same tactics that they did back in the olden days. They did it to our mothers, our fathers, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, and they're doing it to us too. Only thing is, they do it more to those of us who are singled out. If you're singled out, you're going to get treated more worse than if, you're just a black person in a store, trying to buy something. Now, as for me, I've been singled out because, gentrification is the big reason of why I'm like this. This is why I'm like this, gentrification. Somebody wants me out, and they'll do anything to make my life miserable. But I have to do anything to make my life livable. You hear me? I have to make sure that I'm keeping my mind focused on God. And even when it comes down to people who come and visit me, I've had strangers come visit me. I didn't even know who they were. And they'd be like, does such and such a person live here? They know that person don't live here. But they are doing that to try to intimidate me and let me know that, hey, we're watching you and stuff like that. And so that's why I have to keep doing normal things. Normal things is you get up and you do what you got to do for the day to keep going. Now, another thing that that I've been hit with here is my heating and cooling. Now, as far as the heating system goes, I did turn it on one time this year since it's been cold and it was letting out cold air. So my heating source is coming from the stove and this little small heater. Yeah, it reminds me of the 80s. Before central air was in most homes and stuff, yeah. But it's okay, though. It's okay. It gets the job done, and I don't have no complaints about it. I will look into that, though. It was cold, though. The only downside to this is, I have to let it warm up in here by the stove before I can come in the living room or the kitchen and do something. And most days, that's after 12 o'clock. I sit in my room till 12 o'clock, till the sun is as far up as it's going to get. And then I'll come in here when I think it's pretty warm enough to, be able to sit. Because it's been sometimes, y'all, when this oven shuts, it gets cold in here. Like now, I'm cooking and the oven is closed. I'm starting to feel the effects of the cold in here. And this little heater is doing its job, but I feel the cold. I feel it. It's still cold. Now, the room where the bathroom is, now that mug, now, I don't know why I didn't think about that, to get a heater to go back there. A little bathroom heater to go in the bathroom. I could do that. But I won't even be back there that long, so I don't think I need to do that. I'm good on that. But yeah, I may try to work with the central heating unit and see what it does. And, just see if I can tamper with how much I know about it and see if I can get the heat going where to go in all the rooms. Everybody be warm. Everything will be warm. So that's my heating system, the oven. Do I care what people think about me? No. I don't care. I had to learn how to survive. And then once I learned how to survive, I had to learn how to live. So I'm living life. I have so many experiences up in here, like I go into my own place, my own world. It's like somebody is always trying to make it harder for me. And God just keeps making it greater. And I be sitting back, I be like, Lord, I don't want to laugh, but they thought I didn't see that. Or they think I don't know this and they think I don't know that. And I don't be wanting to laugh on them, but there was a time in the Bible where even Elijah, he laughed at those that was involved. I mean, was it Baal? Where they wanted to call down their God and their gods to call fire from heaven. And when they couldn't do it, Elijah got a trip out of it and he mocked them. And that's kind of how sometimes I want to do. Sometimes I want to mock how stupid they look, trying to bring me down when God keeps bringing me up and out. I mean, yes, this all looks horrible right now, but it's only temporary. It's only temporary, y'all. If I can encourage anybody out there, it's only temporary. Don't think that where you're at right now is where you're going to always be, because it's not. Things will get better. Things will get better. You just got to walk it out day by day. Don't let it go. And don't let nobody make you feel bad if you ain't got what they got. Because guess what? They out here, they got to pay an arm and a leg. And here you is, somebody, 50 Cent. 50 Cent said it. Oh my God, let me let y'all hear what 50 Cent said. Now, I was strolling through and, oh no, wrong one. I was strolling, oh no, it's not going to let me access that one. Let me go on here on my Facebook. I have a show called Talk Jamie Talk where I talk about social justice and economic justice. And on that page, what came through was, hold up, y'all, I can't think and put this password in at the same time. But on that page, what came through was 50 Cent. He was on a video and he was like, rich people. I'm going to let you hear. You just got to hear it for yourself because I don't want to mess it up how he said it. But I was like, yes, you can't tell me that I got to act pitiful and sad because I ain't got no running water in my house, but I got access to water. No, ain't no way I'm going to take that for granted. God's grace is sufficient. I still probably got one of the best smelling. Some people got water and they still stink. Hello. Stink of leaves. Okay, so let's see. I'm on the page. And if y'all are down with listening to talk about social injustice, racism, and stuff like that, you have to go check out my other podcast and my other Facebook page called Talk Jamie Talk. Okay? And there's a disclaimer and everything on there. But listen at this.
Better than others with or without.
Okay. Hold up. Is it gonna play? Oh. Well, it started off playing and then it stopped. Oh my goodness, really? Don't stop, reload. Okay, let me go back on here. Uh-oh, I almost dropped that. I gotta...
Some people know how to live better than others with or without money. They just sort out and pick a better person to share their time with.
Y'all want to hear that again? I like that. Some people know how to live with or without money, and I'm one of them that know how to live with or without money. Yep. I'm one of them that knows how to make it happen, whether I have a lot or whether I have a little. The richest place you can be is in Christ. And I still be showing up smiling. I still be showing up doing what I need to do. Just like I still show up for my radio station and my podcast. I still show up knowing that, you know, I might not have it right now, but one day it might be. And I love what I do, so that's a bigger plus. I wanted y'all to hear him again. I don't know why that doesn't want to play. I don't know why. But that podcast is called Talk Jamie Talk. Listen, y'all need to check it out. I be going deep on there, especially toward racism and gentrification. Gentrification is what pushed me into talking about social and economic justice, because right now, even though I'm able to smile and laugh, this is not what I would, if I could have running water in my home, that's what I would have. This isn't what, I wouldn't want this life on nobody. But I know there's people who got it worse than this. But this isn't what I choose to live like. This is where I'm at right now.
Some people know how to live better than others with or without money. They just sort.
Yep, they just sorted out. Yep, that was him, 50 Cent saying that. And see, me, I wouldn't want to live like this. I wouldn't look at you and say, hey, you're gonna, you can live this way and save a bunch of money. Because it's not really saving a bunch of money because I'm living this way. It actually puts more pressure on me, but it also puts more structure on me as a person and more self-discipline. You have to be disciplined to live like this. People talk about homeless people and how they live in the streets underneath cardboard boxes and stuff. Well, and then we have people that say, well, I couldn't live like that. And of course you couldn't, because you ain't got no common sense. You don't have common knowledge as to what that cardboard box could do. And I didn't either. I was dumbfounded to it until I had to, and probably will have to do in these coming days as it gets colder, as the temperatures get colder, is get up under a cardboard box. Or throw a whole bunch of extra covers on me, or a whole bunch of extra clothing and stuff. But I found, out of everything I tried on me to warm me up, you know what warmed me up the most? Was a cardboard box. So while we sitting here looking at people less than, they actually teaching us how to survive. I got up under that cardboard box last year when I was without heat, and I was like, oh, yes. I had that little small bathroom heater, because I don't use kerosene heat and none of that stuff, and I don't have any of the big electric heaters, because the bedroom, it's a good size, but it's not that much room in it to put a whole bunch of big things in there. Or, you know, when you're in older homes, you can't plug a whole bunch of stuff up into the walls and stuff, so you got to be careful on that. But this particular heater I have is just one my daughter had got me, and it was from I think Dollar General or Family Dollar, just a little.
As you welcome the new year, we invite you to celebrate with Palmetto State Armory, your go-to destination for all your firearm and outdoor needs. Whether you're a seasoned shooter or just starting out, we've got you covered from handguns and rifles, ammo and optics, and more. We offer a vast selection of top-quality products at unbeatable prices, and our knowledgeable staff are always ready to assist you in finding everything you need. Visit Palmetto State Armory today, either in-store or online, and let us help you make this new year one to remember. Happy New Year from all of us at Palmetto State Armory.
What if you could have a career where the opportunities are as vast as our nation, where it's not about mission statements, but a shared mission? At U.S. Customs and Border Protection, we go beyond to protect more than borders. From ship to shore, air to ground, cities to local communities, CBP agents and officers are keeping people safe. Join U.S. Customs and Border Protection and go beyond for something far greater than yourself. Learn more at cbp.gov/careers.
Bathroom heater, and I use that little heater right now. And what I did last year was I made an aluminum top to a cardboard, and I started sleeping under it. And I found that whether it was summertime or wintertime, I could alternate the weather inside my home. I can make it either hotter for me or I can make it cooler for me, depending on how I use my cardboard box. So what I did, I put it over me, and the heat I put the heat where it would blow to the box, and then it would circulate around the box, and I stayed warm. I tried that without any heat, and I stayed warm, because once the cardboard heat got my body heat, it was circulated throughout my body, and I would stay warm. So when we look at homeless people and we throw our nose up at them, or we say that they are the ones who are, you know, we say they out there because they crazy or something. No, y'all don't understand. That's a different way of life. It's probably a fresh way of life, because every day you get to wake up to a new opportunity. And that cardboard box did its thing. Now, I'm using, what I'm using now is an emergency fall blanket. That's what I'm using now to keep the heat in. All I do with it, y'all, it's so cool though. I love it. I love it. Because I got stars up on my wall that light up. And what I do is I'll put that emergency blanket. It's an emergency camping blanket. What I'll do is I will put it up and let the heat blow through it. And it's just like living under a tent, and the heat just stays in there throughout the night. And look, I don't have to put on no extra clothing. As a matter of fact, some nights I have to take my socks off because I get too hot. And I just sleep normal like that. So I've learned so many different ways to survive in here and to live. Not just survive, but to live life. It amazes me because last year I would have never thought that I would be having to do all this stuff. I need to write something on it. Maybe I'll write some blogs or something simple I can write about this experience that I have been going through. Because like I said, I could choose to let it bring me down, or I could choose to let it bless me. Y'all know what? I did not set my timer on my phone. Okay. We're going to check this meatloaf in 15 minutes. Let me put that on there. Of course, though, I could have just looked at my timing on here. In 15 minutes, we're going to check the meatloaf, see how it's doing. Because it's not a really big pan. Yeah. Another thing about living here like this, even at home, you have to guard your mind, guard your heart and your mind, and that I'm doing. Now, when I first started going through this gentrification thing and these attacks on my home and my body, I was guarded, but I wasn't fully guarded. And things would happen that would just scare me so bad. And even like now, there's some things now that, I just have to stop and look. Because this world is evil, y'all. There are so many evil people. And some of you may be participating in these type of groups like that. All I can say is, you're taking somebody's son or daughter down, but in the process, you're pulling yourself down. Yep. Let's see. We covered water. Did we cover what else? Water. As far as fixing my house up, I am going to go through and just, right now, because I can't really get a lot of, I've got wood and stuff in here. I need to buy me one of those saws that you don't use by the electric saw, but the jigsaw that I can cut plywood with, so I can cut my plywood down so I can start working on my floors a little more now. And as far as my walls and stuff go, I'm just going to use cardboard boxes to kind of put in the place of where there's air seeping through so I can stay warmer in here. Because some of these areas have a lot of air coming through. And when that air starts coming through, that cold air, ooh. Basically, weatherize my home. Try to do it myself as much as possible. And I do see like cardboard boxes helping with that. I have a lot of cardboard boxes because I receive monthly medical supplies. So, yeah. Other than that, y'all, I really just, I really think I'm living my best life. Maybe not the way I want to live it, but I'm still living my best life. People be looking at me like, how you do that? Easy. I think I have been the most productive throughout these trials and tribulations than I was when I first started in radio. I learned a lot. And one thing I learned is that everything ain't for everybody. And just because it's not for you, don't mean another person won't make it work. Now, this lifestyle, I never saw myself living this lifestyle. I ain't lying, y'all. Because back in the day, I would pay what I had to pay to have things my way. And my way alone. But won't God humble you down? He will take that exact haughty attitude, that nasty attitude like I had, and he'll break you all the way down till you're gentle as a lamb. And now I just be thankful that I got a roof over my head. I'm just thankful that I got food, you know. I'm just thankful that people want to share, you know. I'm thankful for the food bank, where another takes it as a joke and laughs about it. I'm thankful for the food bank. I saw where on TikTok now I'm gonna tell y'all what's gotten popular. It's gotten popular now to make fun of people who receive assistance. They popularized it into saying that if you go to food banks and stuff now, that, you know, they're trying to make you feel shamed because you might need a little extra help you get through the rest of the month or whatever. But you know what, or the week. You know what? Don't be losing out on your benefit for these folks. Don't do that. Those are still benefits, whether you earned it or it was given to you. Those are your benefits. Don't let people make you feel shamed of where you're at. I stopped feeling shame 2015. I was in Atlanta, Georgia. I was at Casey J's, the gospel singer. I was at her live recording. And I think I want to say Todd Delaney and a whole bunch of gospel celebrities were there. And there I was, here out of North Carolina, didn't have a dime to my name, but I believed in what God sent me out to do. I believed that if God put me in that position, then it was my job to be the best me and the best radio personality representative that I could be. I went all the way to Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, and Alabama, and all I had to my name was $90. And I felt bad about it. And then I started praying, and God was like, yeah, go. I got you. So I didn't know how things were going to go. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? God said he got me, and I'm going. I'm going to work this live recording. And I went, and God made it so that he put two great people in my life who chose to bear the burden with me. We used my car, and at the time I had a 2002 Ford Expedition. We used my Expedition. We packed all the media equipment up, and we went to Atlanta, Georgia, and we went to Alabama. And it did not cost much at all. And when I got ready to try to chip in with the gas, I was told, no, you don't have to pay this. We're going to take care of this. And when I said I wanted to chip in and help pay with the room, I was told, no, you don't got to pay for this. Now, mind you, I slept in the room with two men. But 2 men of God. That makes a difference. I had one, it was like 2 bedrooms. 2 bedrooms in one room. So I had my door shut off, and they had their room. I was able to have, and let me tell you something. Now, this is how you know men are in the house. Real men. The guy, his name was James. I'll never forget him. He said, no, you know what? She can have my room, and I'll sleep in here on the chair. And real nice fella. And that's what he did. He gave me his room. He gave me his room, and he slept on the chair, and come to find out the chair was a pull-out bed. Look at God. So he had a bed. And the other guy, he slept in his room, and we did our work. That's because we were vessels for Christ. We weren't out there trying to lust or anything. We was on a mission to do our assignment in radio ministry, music ministry. We was on that assignment. But the thing that got to me was we was at that live recording of Casey J's, and one of the most popular, y'all, when I'm telling you, she was one of the most popular radio announcers there. It was a woman out of Atlanta, Georgia. Gospel announcer. Most popular woman in the room. Had fans left to right. when this woman stepped up into that live recording to do her mission, you know what? This woman did not come dressed like a woman who had made it big in radio. She had a big name. She had a big following. This woman showed up. She was dressed up. But her clothes were old. And what was even most noticeable to me was that her pocketbook was raggedy. Yeah. Her pocketbook was raggedy. And her shoes were black leather boots. No, white leather boots. My bad. I'm sorry about that. They were white leather boots. And they were jacked up from the floor up. The heel was turned over. The leather was pulled off of it. I mean, the shoes were messed up. Like, it would be like, you could tell like she tried to cover it up with some shoe polish or something. But this woman, you could tell she was struggling, but she didn't give up on herself. And I later overheard her telling people, you know, that she was going through a lot, but she still had a job to do. That woman still showed up. And despite her being popular as she was broke. Popular by name, God made her name great. But her finances has still yet to catch up. But that don't mean God won't use her in that moment. Because in that moment, what I learned was, wow, you can do this and not have it all. And it's not that you're going to be broke forever. It's just that you got to be thankful for where you're at right now. That woman didn't stop her praise. She didn't stop who she was. She still was out there just working it. She was working it out there. She was working media. She was working that badge that she wore for her radio station. And she looked like she had done been through it, but she was out there working it. And in that moment, that's when I realized, yep, gotta drop the shame. It's gonna be some days we can do it, and some days we just ain't gonna have it like that. And we're not the only ones that's like that. That was a lesson for me. No matter how great a person's name is, that might not have nothing to do with their finances. You know what they used to call it, famous broke. Like, you look at Fred G. Sanford. All them shows he did, as much as we laughed at his comedy, he didn't have no money. He was broke. But you never would have known it till after he passed. And it started coming out about him. So I'm saying this to say that do it while you broke. Do it when you don't got it. Show up for yourself when you don't got it. Let God keep exalting your name, because despite whether they had it or not, God still had their names in the ears of others and in the mouths of people. And that's how I feel. Like, I may not have it all together right now, but I got it all together. I just don't got it all together according to the world's expectation of having it together. But I'm happy. I got joy on the inside. I got peace on the inside. I've got responsibilities on the inside. I've got self-discipline on the inside. Yes, I got some things I got to work on, but I'm still showing up despite how many people there are against me. And it's not a paranoid delusion. See, people can get told that a person is delusional, but a delusion is somebody who comes up with something that's not true. I mean, it's just mind-made. Oh, you know what? Let me find y'all a definition of delusion, and I'm gonna tell you some more with it. That was a good one, mind-made. Goodness gracious. So this is what it says. Delusional is characterized by or holding false beliefs or judgments about external reality that are held despite incontrovertible evidence to the contrary, typically as a symptom of a mental condition. And on here it says hospitalization for schizophrenia and delusional paranoia, based on having faulty judgment, mistaking their delusional belief in the project's merits never wavers. Okay. A false belief based on incorrect inference about external reality that is firmly sustained despite what almost everybody else believes and despite what constitutes incontrovertible and obvious proof of evidence to the contrary. What is an example of being delusional? That's sad. A person with a delusion believes something that isn't true, no matter how much evidence you give to the contrary. For example, they may believe a family member is trying to poison them. Hallucinations involve the senses, seeing, feeling, or hearing something that isn't there, for example. Okay. How can you tell if somebody is delusional? Signs and symptoms of delusional disorder. Aggressiveness, either towards a specific person or to others. Unusual or abnormal behavior, such as removing insects on the skin that are not there in reality. Inability to perform well at work. Okay. My 15 minutes is up, y'all. I gotta go check this food. But let me get this out before I go. Okay. So, in 2022, people were trying to say that I was delusional and schizophrenic. Even though I had evidence of things that were happening to me. And finally, I was just like, you know what? Let me shut up. I'm not going to say nothing. But I didn't shut up. I kept talking about it the whole time, 2022 and part of 2023. It was when I shut my mouth in 2023, I was able to really gather me together. And I had to shut up talking, because the more I talked, the more people made it seem like I was crazy. However, this ain't crazy that I ain't got no water. This ain't crazy that a little old man comes and tells me that he doesn't want to see black people around him. It's not crazy that my heat does not work. It worked before. There's just a lot of things that aren't crazy. It's not crazy that I'm spending extra money to try to keep my home and property up versus what I used to spend before this stuff used to happen. It's not crazy that my keys have been missing since November the 19th, and I haven't seen them since. And I haven't been able to go anywhere. I haven't been able to help my mom out, my family members out. None of that stuff. None of that stuff is crazy. However, you know what? And none of it even really matters. What really matters is that what I think I can do in my here and now. So the more people do stuff to me, the more I just have to, eventually let them hang themselves. That's all you can do. But like I said, yeah, I'm struggling. Yeah, this is what oppression is. And I heard that Martin Luther King quote, the Martin Luther King quote that talks about, let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna let y'all hear it. Let me see. Give me a sec, y'all. I am gonna let y'all hear it. This quote was so... I was like, goodness gracious. This is why you gotta let people go on. Let them go on and put you down. Let them talk about you. Because eventually the obsession they have with your life, it's gonna show. When they can't stop talking about you, then you stop talking about them. Okay, I'm getting down to it, y'all. I'm getting to it. And then I gotta go check this meatloaf out. I like this one here. I fear I may have integrated my people into a burning house. Martin Luther King Jr. And he was right about that. This one here. Make a career of humanity. Commit yourself to the noble struggle for equal rights. You will make a better person of yourself, a greater nation of your own country, and a finer world to live in. But that's still not it. Oh, I liked this one. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. And you know what I put on Facebook? I said, unfortunately, this is my current reality. The silence of people who know me best, but never stood up for my character as it was attacked. God knows best. I'm not bitter, just thankful that I chose to keep getting up fighting for what I believe, and that's freedom. Social justice matters, anti-bullying, community mobbing, I stand against it. Gang stalking, I stand against it. But I stand for women, empowering women, and I believe in economic freedom and social justice. Okay, so let me see. It's this one. I gotta find it, y'all, before I get off of here. And before I go check. Before I go check that meatloaf. Okay, here's another Martin Luther Jr. King quote. The time is always right to do what is right. That's right. Oh, here it go, y'all. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. That is why right, temporarily defeated, is stronger than evil triumph. And that's what I'm trying to say to y'all. That right is going to win. It may look like a losing battle right now, but somebody is going to get wind of all this stuff that you're going through. If you're going through bad things like what I'm going through, somebody going to get wind of it, and right is going to win. Right never looks like it's winning until it wins. And that's a good thing. I think that's how God just got us in disguise. That's how we hide in his bosom. That's how he has us when we are close to him. He don't throw us out there like that. Who throws us out there are evil people. Evil people are the ones who throw you out there. It's not God. God doesn't put you out there like that because he wouldn't have you boasting on yourself. He wouldn't have you out here bragging on yourself like that. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't have you out here doing anything outside of what gives him the glory and praise. Because he is a jealous God. So that's why when we see people mocking us and trying to bring us down, that's not God. That's them. That's them doing that. But right has a way of winning. And I believe it's going to win. Now let me go ahead and check out this. It's not too long. Let me check out this meatloaf. I think it can use another 15 minutes. I think it could use another 15 minutes, y'all. And I've got about 5 more minutes with y'all, and then I'll be talking to y'all for an hour. And then I'm gonna let it go. But yeah, they say delusional thinking is mental illness. And it is. Now, y'all, I'm not kidding you. There are some people out here that are mental, that are delusional, that do have hallucinations, that do go through things that people who have severe delusions go through. I've seen people like that. And when they like that, you really can't change them. You can't tell them that they're not. You know, you can't sit there and say, hey, what you're saying is not true. You have to learn how to talk to them. I had to learn how to talk to people who were like that. In my case, I'll just say, time will tell. That's how I'll leave that with me. Time will tell. I mean, I'm not even worried about it anymore, really. But it just happened to come up in our conversation today. And I try not to think on it like that much. But it does go along with why I am suffering the way I'm suffering. Now, if I chose to suffer according to the world's standard, it would beat me down so bad, y'all. To look at my home destroyed and to know that I don't have running water. I can't even use my bathrooms. I can't just say I'm going to go take a shower and expect to have hot water. If I have hot water, I either got to leave my, my jugs that I have water in. I have to leave them either in front of the heater or I have to come heat the water up on the stove. Listen, everything they did, it affects me. But I can't take it in like the world takes, because that's not who I am. I can't do that. Some people would lose, they would lose their mind for real if they had to live the way I'm having to live. In 2020, my goal was to fix up my home and to restore it. And it wasn't much to restore at that time. At that time, all I really had to do was the floors. That was the only thing that was bad. And it wasn't all floors. It was just some floors, like my hallway and my kitchen, and get me a kitchen sink and counter and stuff. But that was all I had to do. In just the last 2 years, it's grown so great. And I can't let what I see deter me from what I believe. I believe God is going to make a way for me. And I believe not only will I be great and my home be great, but I believe that my radio station is going to be great. I believe my podcast is going to be great. I believe that the right people are listening, and it's going to help them to see that, hey, your struggles aren't as bad as you think. Get up and keep doing what you can for yourself. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. Yep. All right, y'all. So I got to get up out of here, and I ain't got to go nowhere. But once I've been talking to you for an hour, I think, that's pretty good. And I got to go finish cooking. I got to do the green beans, and I got to do the mashed potatoes with gravy. And I'm finna drink some more of this good old well water. Every chance I get to get some well water, I'm just thankful. Now, this well water is for cooking today. Anyway, y'all go have a blessed evening. Thanks for listening. Peace, love, and happiness.
As you welcome the new year, we invite you to celebrate with Palmetto State Armory, your go-to destination for all your firearm and outdoor needs. Whether you're a seasoned shooter or just starting out, we've got you covered from handguns and rifles, ammo and optics, and more. We offer a vast selection of top-quality products at unbeatable prices, and our knowledgeable staff are always ready to assist you in finding everything you need. Visit Palmetto State Armory today, either in-store or online, and let us help you make this new year one to remember. Happy New Year from all of us at Palmetto State Armory.
If your low mortgage rate has convinced you to stay put in your house for a while, now is the time to protect your home's value. When it comes to prioritizing home improvement projects, your foundation comes first. If you have or suspect foundation damage, the time to call Ramjack is now. Don't let foundation issues devastate the value of your home. Choose the professionals at Ramjack, trained to identify foundation damage and offer permanent, affordable solutions. Schedule your on-site evaluation today at ramjackusa.com. That's ramjackusa.com.